The year was 2015. After living out of state for nearly 3 years, we found ourselves back at home in Southern California. That summer, for Father's Day, I bought my first full suspension mountain bike. A friend of mine recommended the Giant Trans. About a year later is when I first laid eyes on a Commencal Meta AM. I'm not exactly sure what it was that attracted me to it, but it really left a lasting impression on me. So much so that I immediately sold my Trans and bought my first Commencal Meta AM V4. I swear that bike gave me superpowers. It made me feel like I was capable of so much more. But in reality, I wasn't. In hindsight though, that bike did elevate my riding. If an actual progression chart existed for the 1 year that I rode my 2016 Meta AM, it would probably look something like this. But something new was out, and finances were pretty good. So I sold my B4 and bought my first boutique all-carbon bike. But this was short-lived, and about 5 months later, I sold it. We're in 2018. Commencal just released the Meta AM version 4.2, and it's priced just right, especially because at this time, my financial situation had changed. Delivery guy showed up, I built it up, and as soon as I threw a leg over it, I was back at home. My progression continued, and so did my confidence. I also made a lot of friends along the way, and opportunities opened up for me to try something different. Only to once again come right back to what I've known and trusted. The year is now 2020, and the newest AM is rolling on 29-inch wheels. It was my first custom build from the frame up. But in 2021, Commencal shook up the industry when they released the 2021 Meta AM with some crazy, ridiculously insane geometry. In hindsight though, I can clearly see my self-proclaimed expert mentality. In my pride, I actually rebelled and sold my Meta and spent the next year back on a carbon bike. Maturity kicked in. I made my way back cautiously optimistic. And I pulled the trigger on the 2021 Meta TR, which some have called it a mini enduro, until a friend of mine convinced me to ride his AM. I've owned probably 4 Meta, and all of them have been AMs with the exception of my most recent one, which is the TR. And I didn't get a chance to throw a leg over the AM, and so I didn't know if I had made the right decision going with the TR versus the AM. The AM kind of was a bit of a turnoff for me when I saw the geometry numbers and how stretched out and how raked out the bike is. But I have this opportunity. My buddy lent me his. It's a medium, and yeah, I'm gonna take it for a test drive here and see how she does. Needless to say, I was completely wrong about Commencal's insane geo. So much so that I immediately sold the TR and bought me a, nope, not the AM, but rather the SX. For 2022, Commencal discontinued their 29er Meta AM and introduced the Meta SX, which is a mullet. Now, complete builds were not available, and they wouldn't be until about the summer of 2022, but the frame was available. And with the help of my friends over at SpokeX, we built my dream bike. There was no need to demo it, because by now, I've come to trust Commencal so much that if there was an option to place an order right now for their future 2024 Meta, I'd probably do it. I hope that you found value in this video, and if you did, hit that like button, share it, and subscribe now if you haven't. Until next time, ride faster, don't die. God bless.